The minute I found out I was sick and needed to really pay attention to it, I decided that I was only going to eat the things that were good for my cells. Because of my science, I knew that my cells had to function badass in order for me to be well. And if that were the case, then I needed to not give my cells junk, because the more junk I gave my cells, the harder it would be for them to work. So what I want you to know about nutrition is what I realized a long time ago. Bullshit is not what I needed to put in my body, because whatever went into my mouth would ultimately end up in my cells. And I needed for my cells to be able to kick ass when it was time for them to kick ass. So, what do I do now? The same thing. I drink a lot of water. And now I pay a little more attention to fiber, because the amount of fiber that I put in my mouth, along with the water that I put in my mouth, has a lot to do with how well my digestive system moves. And that has a lot to do with what nutrients make it to my cells. And, okay, so every day I make sure that I get 3 meals that are protein packed. For me, that means like 15 grams of protein or more, up to like 20. And I make sure that I have vegetables, fruits and vegetables. Fruits are supposed to be behind vegetables. I'm a big fruit eater, but I get a bag of kale every week. So I eat that. Okay, and I have learned that there are probiotics and prebiotics. Alexa, stop. Probiotics are the little organisms that are in our body, digestive system. And they are there for good reason. And we lose them like 40 going north. And that's not a bad thing. It's just what happens. So they have to be replenished. So I take probiotics. I haven't in a long time, but I do take probiotics. And the probiotics I take, it's important that they come out of the refrigerator section of the store, because that means that they are alive. And they have them in boxes and on the shelf, but that's bullshit. Those probiotics are not living. So I take probiotics. And then there's something called prebiotics. Prebiotics is what you eat that actually feeds the probiotics. It gets really complicated, but all those leafy green vegetables, all that fiber that I talk about, those things are considered prebiotics because they feed the probiotics that are in my digestive system. And you know how they say our gut is our second brain? It actually is. There are as many nerves coming from our gut that go to the other parts of our body that tell it what to do, as there are nerves in our brain that do that. I gotta check up on that, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. So when you have that feeling in your gut that you don't need to walk down that street, you don't need to walk down that street. So take care of your gut. All right, I love you. That was random. Goodbye.